My name is Anna Othoro. Welcome to Inuka. So the topic I'm going to deal with today is about what do you do when you first take up a leadership role. It could be in the private sector and it could be in government. Many a time we're told, think of your first 100 days. What are you going to do within those 100 days? The first big and important thing is understand the role that you're taking. Understand the terms of reference. What is expected of you? And then after that, begin to look at the people that you're working with. Do you have the right structures in place? Do you have the right people in those structures? And are you able to determine in these first 100 days, this is what I need to achieve, and these are the right people that will help me to achieve it? Secondly, always check back to find out as you're working in those 100 days, am I achieving what I had set out to do, or what was expected of me? You will have people who will be looking up to you. So it's always important to know your direction, know your strategy. You can't be guessing where you're supposed to be heading when people are asking you questions. So always check back. As a leader, never get tired of finding out new things. Ask. Sometimes the people who report to you can be the people who will send you in the right direction that you need to get to. Never assume the people that are working with you. It's always important to know that if you've selected the right team, then lead them in the right direction. The other thing to note, and that would be for me point number 2, as a leader, do not be aloof. Many times, younger people you're working with, younger in the business, and even younger in age, will want to come up and discuss things with you. Always be welcoming. Sometimes you may have all the answers, but in discussions, you might find that they had it all along and all you needed to do was point them in the right direction. The third thing is always be ready to take time out. Many a time we spend time thinking that work is very important and that's all we need to do. But as a leader, you also need to let people know that it's okay. It's okay to take that time out. It's okay to be able to say, this is my downtime. And because that's the time you need to think. And thinking doesn't mean that it is wrong. It also means that you need to refine the direction that I'm taking. Is it the right direction? And so that downtime to think about it is very, very, very important. In working with private organizations, you might find that a lot different than working in government. With private organizations, there might be a lot more flexibility. But in government, it is key to understand what are the rules and regulations. And most of those are in policies, are in legislation papers. All these are available. A lot of the things that government works with are available online. So as a leader, find out in the sector that I'm working in, what do the rules and regulations say? And how do I ensure that the people who I am working with are keeping to those rules and regulations? So then again, as I said, it's always important to read, because getting it wrong in the beginning could add up to a lot of many other mistakes that could have been avoided. What else would I tell you? It's important as a leader to lead by example. And what does example mean? The way I want people to respond to me is the way I should also respond to them. I can't expect my team to work in a certain way if I am doing opposite of what I'm saying. So leading by example is very, very important. And when you think that you may have made a mistake, one of the things I learned is it's not difficult to say, I'm sorry. Let us recalibrate. A good leader accepts that perhaps they've made a mistake and they need to recalibrate and move the team in another direction. Go ahead, tell them, hey guys, I made a mistake. Hey, I'm owning up to it. Own up to it. It is not a sign of weakness. In fact, in the years that I've been working, it's been a sign of absolute strength. Many people think that you should feign the fact that you're strong and you know everything. No, it is also good to say, hey guys, I made a mistake. Take responsibility. That's the other thing as a leader you would do in your first 100 days, because everybody's looking at you. If there are mistakes made, take the responsibility for those mistakes. Then get up and rectify them and move forward. It's always good to double check. As I said earlier, you check how am I coping against what I had set out as my first 100 days, what I would do. And then if there is a mistake made, no mistake is too big to sort out. Just get up, dust yourself up, and move along, and take your team along with you. One most important thing is this: as a leader, you work with teams. Let your team work for you, because you've selected them, and they're the ones who will take you in the right direction. So let them work with you. Do not create silos. Many leaders think the right way to lead is divide and conquer. That is the fastest way to failure. Take your team along with you. Let everyone know exactly where you're going. It's team effort, not a solo effort. So that's also very important. So as leaders in whichever area that you're in, whether private sector or public, you'll find one other thing that comes into play is politics. How do you deal with the politics? Take it head on. Do not let one team member play you against another team member. Take leadership, put them in the same room, have these discussions, and ensure that as you move forward, everybody's moving forward on the same page. Politics can break a team. Don't let it happen.